So today is quite a special day here on the farm in Buriram. Some of you that have followed the vlog for a long time will know that my wife's family are quite a musical family. In fact, when they were growing up as children, her and her sisters used to go to shows all around the different villages here, and they used to dance and perform alongside other musicians from the family. In fact, her father, that recently had a stroke and he's now bedridden, used to set up these events in his younger days when the kids were very little, and they were a dancing family, a little bit like a circus show, moving from one place to another and making money along the way through tips and donations and things like that. It was actually frowned upon by some members of the community, including at Damo schools. The teacher had asked her not to go along to these things. It was seen at the time as just a little bit rebellious, something that you wouldn't do, and she didn't listen anyway, and her family just used to continue to do it. It was a form of income here. And the reason that today is special is, with her father having had the stroke, a number of the musicians and people in the village from those days have come to perform a ceremony which involves bringing back his soul into the body. It's a musical ceremony. They're setting it up right here as I speak. This is just the beginning of the ceremony. You got a dad there in the wheelchair. We got the sound system here and the speaker system. Classic rural Thailand, guys. And then you have all the yais are here screaming and shouting at something, as the yais do in rural Thailand. Remember, here in this area of Thailand that we live is not only Buddhism, they practice forms of animism. It's a real mix of belief systems. And so a lot of these ceremonies, some people have asked on the channel before, are they Buddhist ceremonies? I would say they're not Buddhist ceremonies. These are more animism ceremonies. They are far more based around spirits, making offerings to the spirits and bringing back the soul to somebody that may have lost the soul. I have to say, in her dad's case, he lost his soul quite a few times since I've been here. I think this is probably the fourth, and a lot of it was to do with drinking alcohol, which is funny because in some traditions they do say that alcohol is a spirit, right? That's why they call it spirits. I believe that the word alcohol comes from the word al-ghul, which is like soul-eating spirit or something similar to that. And so it is interesting that they have this kind of same association. Of course, her dad has suffered with alcoholism. The reason that he had the stroke, though, is not actually through drinking. It's through stopping drinking, which, having lived in rural Thailand now for a long time, seems to me to be even more dangerous than the actual drinking itself. The withdrawal causes people to pass away, in terms of her uncle's case, and in terms of her dad's case it has caused the stroke. That, however, is not the topic of today. The topic of today is more how the village go about helping bring his soul back and helping him spiritually to recover. You may be able to see in the white over there, that's Damo's sister. She's back from Germany at the moment with her husband. They're going to be staying here for 2 weeks now, and they've come especially for this. She's just giving a smile to her dad there. The band are happy to engage in a bit of lao khao and a bit of beer themselves, however. They'll be enjoying this. It is a celebration. It's not like a morbid thing. It usually is a time for the village and everybody to get together and enjoy a few drinks. Also, the lady that is leading the service today is known as a witch, or our equivalent of a witch here in the village. Somebody that can talk to the spirits and bring the spirit of her dad back. Yeah, sorry, the better word, ironically, I forgot the better word, is shaman. So you have two shamans here today, that lady and the other lady. What is it in your words that they're doing? I've described what I think they're doing, bringing his soul back.
They believe that what you call he used to play music. He used to have a band like a original tradition band, rural band. So some of them already passed away, and now they because my dad loved music, and then they want to do music healing for them, for him, and then the shaman come to like bring the soul back to his body.
You can see the shaman here that she's starting to tune in. According to the translation here, the shaman is somewhere and they won't let him go. And so she is, well, you can see what she's doing. And she's trying to get him, the spirit, to let him go. The translation is that the spirit says because he drank so much, the spirit wants to keep his soul, and the shaman is asking for him to come back. And now all the family members are asking, please let him go, let him come back. And the music begins. So here is the possession of the shaman by the spirit, and she's basically telling her dad off. What I did notice is many of the spirits that come to possess the female shaman are actually male. So she speaks quite blunt. You can see Damo here very much participating, but I'm not sure about her actual belief in this. Perhaps we'll ask her afterwards if she believes it's true. I guess you could call it the equivalent of a roasting. It is a roasting from the village, and there is Lao cow coming out here, rice whiskey, probably to sacrifice to the spirits, who themselves seem to enjoy rice whiskey, which is an interesting turn of events. So to give you the exact translation, this particular spirit is from the rice field. Those that have followed the channel for a long time know that Damo's dad used to live out in the rice field, and the spirit is angry because her dad didn't share his rice whiskey with the spirit, and he used to put my prot, which means to talk badmouth, and so the spirit is kind of happy to see him this way. And according to the possessed shaman, there was a tree in the rice field, and when they cut that tree, he didn't ask permission to cut the tree, and so this is some form of punishment for that. Do you believe all this stuff, or?
If it's about my belief, I not believe about the spirit. Yeah, I don't believe because I'm not scared of ghosts. Yeah, I don't believe that it's happened, or the thing that happened to my dad is because he had the what you call the problem, like everybody have the same thing like that. But this one we do like this to release about the spirit of the family. Yeah, it's like you go to the temple to feel like you do something good, and to do the ceremony like this, you feel like it's part of helping.
So it's like performative. It's just to perform the act, but maybe it doesn't. But these guys believe it. The old guys believe it.
They do believe it. If the Thai village, because we convert Thai, and if the real Thai village, they do something different. So it's every every village, every part of Thailand, they have that different belief.
So just before we continue with today's video, I know many of you have already used my code for Surfshark VPN, especially those in the UK that are dealing with a lot of restrictions and government overreach at the moment. The VPN has come in very handy for bypassing those restrictions and getting access to the content that you should have access to anyway. Surfshark VPN is going to help protect your privacy online, but it also has a number of other useful features. If you travel a lot like I do and connect to many different Wi-Fi's in different hotels and airports, Surfshark VPN has an alert system that can let you know if your Wi-Fi has been compromised. One other useful feature of a VPN is helping you avoid price discrimination. So sometimes when we search from a certain location, prices can be higher on things like flights, accommodation and car rentals. Change your location in the top right hand corner using Surfshark VPN and make sure you're getting the best price available on the internet. Don't forget that you only need to subscribe to Surfshark one time and it can be used across all of your devices, whether it be your iPhone, your Mac or your PC. And what's more is Surfshark have given me an offer to give to you. It's going to get you 4 months extra. Simply use my code word BAMBOO at checkout. Download the app or go to www.surfshark.com/bamboo, and that's a money back guarantee. So if it doesn't work out for you, you get your money back. So as I mentioned, this ceremony is not a Buddhist ceremony. It is a Bai Si Su Kwan ceremony, Kwan being the spirit or the soul. You would have noticed the pig head offering at the front. This is the main offering to the spirit of the land. Usually this kind of ceremony is about calling back the spirit to bless somebody or something, a house ritual, something like that. But we're using it now in terms of Damo's dad's illness and calling back his spirit into the body. These traditions are built on the idea that these spirits are ancestors. So they are relatives of relatives. Sometimes people even get to talk with their old relatives if that particular one happens to come through and ask them questions, come through into the shaman that is, and ask them questions. The shaman that you saw is particularly talented in calling the male spirits that often, as soon as they incarnate in the shaman's body, want to smoke and drink rice whiskey, which is no surprise really, is it, if they're ancestors of the rural farmers, which themselves are partial to a nice rice whiskey and a nice banana skin cigarette. Now I also should be clear that they don't call it shaman. That is a word that I have used in this context. They don't call these people shaman, they call them Mo Kwan, the doctor of the soul, Kwan being the soul and Mo being the doctor. Derived also from the word Mo Pi, P being ghost and Mo being doctor, so the ghost doctor is also another way they refer to it. For me it seems somewhat shamanic, so I just translate that in English. It probably is a translation that you'll find as well, the idea of shaman being a translation of Mo Pi or Mo Kwan. I actually took my dad to see one of these Mo Kwan when it was actually that one, when he came to visit, and he's coming very shortly. I'm sure he'll want to go and see her or him again, because it was a male spirit that was channeled as well, and they basically just gave him a fortune telling and told him what's going on in his life. I think when it comes to very unique cultural experiences, that is one of the rarest that a lot of people would have. I mean, it's not a tourist experience. Some of these Mo Kwan wouldn't even talk to another Westerner. Certainly some don't like to be filmed. Of course we honour that as well. The other reason why it might be quite rare to have such an experience is because you would have to translate. There's a mix of Thai and Khmer here. Khmer or Khmer is the Pasa Khmer or Pasa Khmer is the dialect that they speak here. I think it's got a lot of similarities with Cambodian, but it is not the same. It is a specific dialect, and so you would have to have a translator to even understand what the fortune being told was. So I think a very, very unique experience. I'm sure my dad will want to do it again when he comes. He's actually arriving in about 6 weeks. I know that these vlogs are not everybody's cup of tea, but for me it's for the record, and I like these vlogs to be on the record. I know that Damo's family like these vlogs to be on the record because of course this is something the kids will look back at and see just what was going on and how these traditions took place. I know there's a smaller niche audience that really do enjoy these vlogs, but some that don't. This isn't really about what Damo and I believe. Damo is predominantly Buddhist. For me, I'm Buddhist, somewhat Hindu. I see them as two sides of the same coin in many ways. Damo's practice comes mainly from going to the temple, learning from her mother. She's very contact with nature, Damo. She's very connected with nature. For me personally, like, plant medicines have played a big role in my life to develop my spiritual outlook. In fact, I think I wouldn't even be here without them. So the use of plant medicines in my past has been very, very important to where I am in life now and where I am spiritually. So the next stage of the ceremony involves seeing if the spirits would be open to entering somebody else's body. So we had Damo and her sisters sat together with the shaman and this old lady that you can see here that is quite a regular on our vlog. She's very good at channeling the spirits. I have to say that the whole place fills so much with incense that you do get quite high off the incense, or at least I did. Taking 5 minutes in the fresh air, and you can really feel like you've been breathing in a lot of incense. So I suspect some of the feeling of the atmosphere, at least some of it, is accounted for through the breathing in of this incense that's all around. Damo ended up not having any of the spirits channeling through her, which she's going to tell us about in a moment. But the old woman here, as you see, started to smoke and pick up objects from the table. It seems that they use this bottled perfume to rub on to the skin as well. This old lady, she always gets into it. As I mentioned, she is very good at channeling. You can see she dresses up with a headscarf as well. So throughout the ceremony, all of the attendees have had a little white piece of string on their wrist, and all of that is gathered together and put into a cup. This represents Kwan. This is the soul of Damo's father. And then it is an important decision on who this is given to. It could be given to anybody within the family, but whoever it is given to is seen as a very important person spiritually. And the shaman received the message to give it to Damo's mother, and so this was a blessing that was bestowed on her as the most important person in his life, for which I think we can all agree. And that concluded the ceremony. There was some dancing after that, and people will sit together and eat food. But otherwise, that is the conclusion of this ceremony of bringing back Kwan. And now to finish it off, we will ask Damo how did she find the participation in the ceremony. So that's the first time I've actually seen Damo do this and actually participate. So we wanted to know if she felt anything during those moments. So how was it?
The first start of everything, when they're they put hands together like this, I feel shaking. But I think that part is from my feel excited. I feel so excited, so I feel shaking. Then I ask myself, what is this? And then I start to cry a little bit. But I think it's not about spirit come to me. It's about I think about the old days when I was young, like being with my dad. So it made me cry a little bit. And after that, if you see with three sisters sit together, there is nothing happening. I asked her, she say nothing has happening. She say, when you sit there, they told me to call all the spirit, like my grandmom that's passed away already, or my uncle, or anybody, or any spirit that can I let them in my body like that. But we pray that, but nothing happened. And the shaman say, you guys are so strong, so that no spirit can get in. So they say it can be three things. That what they say. That what they told me. We have something protecting our soul. So all the spirit, bad or good spirit, that cannot get into our soul or our body. And another one is because the spirit don't want to get to us, because the spirit think that we not benefit. What we call is it's not worth to get into my body or something like that. That's what they told me. Yeah. And then when you see me and my sister rolling like this, they push us roll like this. They say don't feel stressed or anything, just relax and let yourself be weak. The shaman told us let yourself be weak and then soft in your body and relax your soul and relax your mind. They say don't think too much, don't think of anything, and to let all the spirit in. So we try to do that, and then we you see they roll us like circle and make the body like move like that, make it weak. But after that, they try many way and nothing happened. Yes.
But it's a bit coincidental that none of your sisters also have this spirit come through. And at the start of it, to be honest, when I watched you, I thought, if one of you or one of your sisters has the spirit come through, then I will believe this. But if only that old woman has the spirit come through, then I'm not going to believe it. And the reason is because I've seen that old woman have the spirit come through every time. So what I was looking at, I was watching and I was thinking, okay, if spirit comes through Damo, 100% I'll believe that this is true, because I know what kind of person you are and you're not like gullible or naive. So it's just like easy, go along with everybody because of the social pressure. So everybody's expecting spirit to come through you, so you better pretend that the spirit come through you, you know what I mean? I know that you wouldn't do that. So for me, I felt if the spirit come through you, then I'm going to believe 100% this is real. But then I wasn't surprised that you or your sisters didn't have any spirit come through. I think you'd be more shy to pretend.
I think it's about Jitavidya, what you call psychology as well. Like as people very easy to believe in something, but for me, I'm not trust something easy and not believe in something very easy. And my sister as well, we have very what you call not trust, not believe so much in something,
Which is why I said if it worked on you, then I would believe. Yeah,
yeah, but it's not a bad thing, like I just try, and then when you say like it's pressure, it's not a pressure like they want to push something in me. The pressure is like it taking so long. the first time and the first round is okay, to like okay to see if it work or it's not work, or if something happened to me. But when nothing happened, they try second round again. So I feel like
third round. So I went. It looked like they were doing a third round. So I went for a tea with the kids.
Yeah. Second time they put the white, something white for us to sit on it. Like I try so many way.
So you think it's because you guys have a strong mind, some people have a weak mind? Go along with it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, not happen to everybody, I think.
But it's a nice thing for your dad anyway. Like I think it's good for your dad. He's got friends around.
He smiled a lot today. That's surprised because since he came back from hospital, not smile a lot. And today I think because he see his sister. Brother, sister, so it made him feel happy.
Yeah, so that's the main thing, that your dad's had a nice day and whatnot. It doesn't really matter if it's real or not. People worship in different ways.
This ceremony, I think it's helping a lot with the mind. The family feel happy. The main thing, my dad, if he feel like really happy, he feel like family together. That is the main thing, and then it's really help like release the stress. Family stressful that my dad be like this, just lay in the bed like that. But when we do something like this, it help us to, form the mind. Like mentally, is the main thing about mentally, not the body. Yeah. Some people that think, oh, he gonna walk again after this ceremony. I don't believe in that. If he can walk with this. Do this for him. We don't need a doctor or hospital in this world. I think like that, I think it's about mentally for the family and my dad. Yes.
All right then. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Take care.
Bye bye.